Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wiggin' Out with WigginOutBZ, hosted by me, WigginOutBZ, and it's time for another Empties blog. I just did a production of Hairspray, and I went through so many cans of Hairspray. I wonder why. So many different kinds of Hairspray, multiple cans, multiple brands, multiple I almost said matzo ball. And I went through so many different brands and types and cans of Hairspray during this show, and I kept all of them in a bag. And I figured I'd show them all to you and give my little review about what kinds I liked, which ones I didn't like, etc., and so forth. I've gotten a lot of questions lately about what hairsprays I like to use, and I've talked about them a lot in older videos, and, you know, I usually use the Got To Be or the Pump It Up most of the time, but in this bag I have several different kinds, different brands, stuff I've never used before, stuff I used years ago and tried again. So here we go. This big old bag right here, it's a nice little one red bag, has all my cans of Hairspray in it. You guys can hear that. Let me move my table so I can actually put this on something. Okay, now we're actually going to get into the Hairspray part of it. Woohoo, yeah. So first I have here a can of Tresemme 4x4, and this was from Sally Beauty, and the regular price is $6.99. The member price is $6.29, and then the pro price, which is what I have, is $4.99. My friend Jason, aka Margot Powell-Hager, she recommended me to try the 4x4. He said it's one of his favorites. I tried it and I used it up very quickly. I'm not sure if it's just not a lot of Hairspray in the can, but I feel like I only did like 2 wigs and it was gone. All of the wigs in Hairspray were synthetic hair, so I feel that like this on synthetic hair doesn't quite hold as much as I'd like, but I do have another can and I'm interested in trying it on human hair when I ever have to style a human hair wig again. Who knows? The Bedhead by TG, I'm not sure how to say it. This is the Hard Head, Hard Hold Hairspray. I used to use this stuff all the time when I was in high school, you know, in the early 2000s when that like spiky, hard gel look was in. I used this stuff religiously on my hair and I loved it. I also used it a lot in college for wigs. A couple months ago, the Rite Aid down the block was going out of business and they had 2 packs of these for like $5 for 2, and this is the full size. I liked it back then, so I was like, let me try it again, and I bought them. I think I still have a couple cans of this actually in my stock still, but I do really like this. It does give you a very hard hold on synthetic hair, which is great. I find that it's not really too flaky or anything, which especially for synthetic hair is kind of a problem most of the time, and I do like it. So I believe I did get this at Rite Aid. I believe you can get it at Sally Beauty. Most other drugstore kind of type stores will have it, as well as beauty supplies, I would think. Next I have the Beyond the Zone Flipped Out Texturizing Spray. Now I tried this a couple years ago when I did Hairspray the first time when I was in California, and they were having a sale at Sally Beauty. I know this is from Sally Beauty. And it's called a spray-on finisher. It's a hairspray, but I want to say that it's more of a texture spray for human hair, but I find that on synthetic wigs, this gives amazing hold. Like, it's pretty good. I really like it. I've not tried it on human hair yet, but I do know that for synthetic hair, this stuff is really good. And it has a nice scent to it, too. It's not really too hairspray-y, too hair product-y smelling. I really like it. Next, I have one of my favorite hairsprays, and I'm pretty sure this was discontinued. This is the Pana Finish Rock Hard Mist. Now, my one friend Kevin, him and his sister own a salon in California, and they have an account with Pana. So every time he does a show, he gets a sponsorship through Pana for the show, for products and shampoos and everything. So we have tons and tons of stuff backstage at Motown still and at Scandalous, and I'm sure the last ship he has it as well. This stuff is phenomenal. I can kind of only describe it as a higher end version of Pump It Up. It's a very similar product. It has the spritz bottle. It gives amazing strong hold on synthetic and human hair wigs both, but it doesn't have that nasty chemically smell that Pump It Up has. And it also doesn't flake as bad as Pump It Up does. Now, This bottle is probably about 2 years old, and I just recently finished it because it was like this for about a year. It just had like nothing left, and with all my Hairspray wigs, I was trying to get through as much stuff as I could so I could do this vlog for you guys. And I really do like it. Like I said, I think it's discontinued. If it's not discontinued, they were redoing the packaging or redoing the formula or something, because for the longest time at Motown, we no longer had this. And when you're doing big 60s flips and bouffants and stuff, you need an extra hold hairspray, and we all loved this. So I'm gonna have to check when I actually post and edit this video to see if it actually is discontinued or not, and I'll put a little thing here and in the box telling you guys if it is or if it's not. If it is, I am so sorry. This stuff was amazing. I loved it. Okay, speaking of Pump It Up, I have 2 empty bottles here, and this is the Pump It Up Gold, the Super Hold. They have a regular hold and then they have the Super Hold. The regular hold's the white bottle. The Super Hold is the clear bottle with the pink inside. I love this stuff. This stuff is like pretty much hair cement. You spray it on and it just kind of makes your hair not move ever, ever, ever. The 2 cons of this hairspray that I don't like are that it flakes really bad, and that it also takes forever to dry. So unless you're gonna sit there and hit it with a blow dryer, it really takes forever to dry. I only really ever use this hairspray if I'm slicking hair back on a wig, or if I have to make it really, really hard and helmety. I spray this at the end after it's fully dressed, after it's fully done. When I want to make it a helmet, I spray this on it. Now, with the flaking, all you have to do is do a light mist of alcohol or even water that will remelt the hairspray together, and then it will settle again and it'll be disappeared. But it does flake a lot. That is one of the only cons of this hairspray, but it holds really, really well. Oh, it also kind of smells. It has a weird chemically smell to it, which, you know, dissipates out after it's dry. I do have 3 cons of the smell, the flake, and the wetness factor of these. I do really like them, and I do use it all the time. It's usually a couple bucks. This one here says $3.99. I think I usually go to get them at Sally's, because with my pro discount, they're actually a lot cheaper than anywhere else I've found. You can get these at most drugstores in the ethnic hair care aisle. And last but not least is my absolute favorite go-to hairspray, the Got to Be Glued Ultra Hold Hairspray. Now, this does come in 2 sizes. It comes in the studio size, which is this, which is 14.4 ounces, and it also comes in the normal size, which is 12 ounces, which is this one. So you can see they were really cool when they made the labels. They line up, so you can see actually how much extra you are getting. Now, I have, let me count real quick. I have 11 cans of this in this bag. Trying to hold this up together. Let me just do this. All hairspray, all of that in there. There's 11 cans. I have a couple of the smaller ones. Most of these are the larger size cans. If I can find those, I usually will try to pick them up. Usually the smaller ones I think are about 10 or 12 bucks. The larger ones are maybe around 14. However, 2 or 3 times a year, the Lot Less in Midtown carries them, and they're $3.99. So the last time they had them, which was about 4 months ago, I picked up 6, and if you guys watch some of my older videos, you'll see them all lined up there because I didn't have any room for all those hairsprays, and I went through all of them really quick with this production of hairspray. I love this stuff. It's my favorite go-to. It sprays on very well. Sometimes the nozzle will get clogged up, but you can just kind of go like that, pick it off with your finger, and it's fine. I do find one con about this hairspray is that I'm clumsy, my apartment's messy, my wig room is extremely messy. Be glad you guys can't see what's on the floor and what's going on over here, because you guys probably would think that I was a crazy hoarder person. If you guys could see that, you guys can kind of tell from the background. It's kind of messy in here. My only con about this hairspray is that I'm clumsy and I drop it a lot. And a lot of times when you drop it, this will start to chip and will break. Here's an example. This one's cracked. You can see the little part on the top broke off. Now this can still worked fine. Occasionally though, when you drop them, this whole part will break and will come right off. And I'm like, ugh, this sucks. I hate this. I realize it takes a little effort, but you can pop the top of these off. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. You kind of have to grab underneath here and you can pop it off. So if you have an empty one at home and you break your one that works, you can pop it off and you can put the lid on the one that works and just kind of press it down so that it'll activate again. I do love this hairspray. It is my #1 go-to hairspray ever for human hair and synthetic. I really do love this. It is one of my favorites for especially drag wigs. I find that it doesn't take forever to dry like the Pump It Up, and I do love to use an aerosol and a wet spray both when I dress wigs, which I've talked about before. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little Empties video with my Hairspray Palooza-ness. I do have several other cans that are on their last leg that are in there and that are also in my stock that I'll talk about at a later date. I do want to do a kind of hairspray overview 101 type video explaining the different types of hairspray that I like and what their uses are. Like I said, I do have several in there, different brands and stuff that I have not quite finished yet. I didn't want to talk about them today since this was focusing on the empties that I already used versus the ones I'm still in process of using. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Be sure to check out all my fun social media stuff down in the box, and also be sure to check out bobbypins.com, where I have an amazing selection of wigs, styling accessories, and all of that fun stuff. And now that I have my separate studio space, I will be moving everything there, and I'm going to have even more stuff for you guys to love and become obsessed with. So please stay tuned for that. Please stay tuned for my channel for other amazing fun tutorials and great news. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.